While I was at the event, one lady asked me about how Marxist ideology was able to spread so rapidly amongst youngsters in the late 1960s and the early 1970s. And what I explained to her is that it didn't spread purely by means of intellectualism. It wasn't as if someone was going around and saying, look, here's what communism is. Do you accept it? No, it was actually spread more subversively than that by way of the entertainment industry, which portrayed the adult society of your parents and grandparents as being antiquated, stuck up, bourgeois, compared to this new, more revolutionary spirit of the youth. That is what youngsters, in fact, were embracing. Now, of course, many of them recognized that as communism, and they wanted every bit of it.
Is there any communists back here? I guess there is.
They became hippies and moved into communes.
Our vision was to create a community
based on compassion and sharing.
There was a family feeling, and you were in this commune, that commune, and then the greater hip movement. And let me tell you, I was a hippy-dippy flower child tripper.
What's interesting about those communes is that none of them exist today. Those same hippies now live in upper middle class, very comfortable suburban neighborhoods. And guess what? Many of them are tenured professors who, get this, are teaching that same communist ideology to your kids. That same ideology that was not able to sustain the communes that they lived in are being taught to your kids on an active daily basis.
Become a radical. If you're not a radical, I want you to become a radical.
So what am I saying? Am I saying that it is wrong to send your kids to college? Not necessarily. I am a tradesman. I have a trade background, and I advocate all the time for people to go into trade, specifically young men. But when I advocate for trades, I'm not delivering an outright repudiation of academia. If you are a Christian conservative who is talented intellectually, I say by all means pursue that doctoral degree. And the reason I say that is because academia as it currently stands is overrun by leftists and Marxists. And since colleges and universities tend to be a stop in the journey for one to get at the head of an American institution or industry, Marxists and leftists tend to have a disproportionate influence over tomorrow's leaders than conservatives and Christians. Obviously, by being a professor who's a Christian conservative, you are in a position where you can challenge that feudal leftist ideology which currently plagues that space.